Peace, this is Camila Shakur. I am the founder of Creative Spirit Work, and we're here doing our first official interview with Plamedi. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes,
Plamedi?
ma'am.
Okay, good. Plamedi is an artist, a recording artist, but and also one of my comrades. And he's someone that I'm really excited to talk to about creative spirit work and the different ways that he utilizes his artistry and his spirituality and integrates them. So we're just gonna hop right in. And I don't know if you can see like the agenda on here, but I have like some questions here. You can't
No,
see.
honestly, I kind of enjoy that I can't see it because I just kind
Okay.
of want to be here with it and feel the spirit at the same time.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the first question we're starting with is who is Plamedi? Like, how would you describe yourself? What do you want people to know you as? Who are you?
That's a good question. Thank you so much for asking, first and foremost. Let's see. I think the best way for me to explain who I am is I explain it very much like this. Plamedi is a revolutionary Pan-African Renaissance man. That's what I do. That's what I explain to people on Earth. And then who Plamedi is on a spiritual level is Plamedi is a shaman. And I spend a lot of my time spending a time with the ancestors and nature. Like my gift of learning how to rap came from the ancestors. Like I didn't know how to rap. It literally came from them. So I knew that like Fela Kuti says, music is not something to play with. Music is a spiritual thing. And I have the most visceral experience with it. So on a career wise, I am a revolutionary Pan-African Renaissance man. I'm a world builder. I'm a filmmaker. I do poetry. I'm a fashion designer. Got a fashion collection coming soon. I do all these things, but it's only to do that so that people can have a physical understanding of what's in the soul of my creations.
Got it. Beautifully said. I feel like I haven't heard anyone describe themselves as a Renaissance man in a long time. And so it's refreshing to hear that, because I think existing in this digital age, we are used to people like wearing a lot of hats and having a lot of roles, but taking on that specific title, I think denotes a kind of seriousness about the different lanes of artistry that you're in. So I really like that. Um,
You know, it's funny,
so
just really quickly. I had to add this because I was like, this is so real. It's like, I think another reason why I became a Renaissance man is because it's like, in like you said, like in the age that we live in currently, there's like everyone has this thing of like, oh, if you're creative, just be creative, dabble into this, dabble into this. But a big aspect of being a Renaissance man or being a Renaissance woman, I'm constantly inspired by Renaissance women, is that you're a world builder.
mhm.
And we don't really have a lot of people who want to be world builders anymore. We have a lot of people who want to do different things, but I personally feel like we need more world builders.
I agree. I definitely agree. I think like that's part of the what creative spirit work is about in the praxis of it. It's based on the idea that everybody is a creator. We are all creating various worlds as we live. And the
Mhm.
way that we go about doing that is that we're either being influenced and giving our energy to the worlds that other people are creating, which we all do that.
Mhm.
But how are we utilizing our energy to create new worlds and create possibilities and liberated futures? Because the one that we're in, like this particular one, um, it's not gonna last, right? There's gonna be something after this, and there are already things that are being created and being built. And creative spirit work is basically about understanding the importance of merging our gifts as creators and as spiritual beings. So I definitely agree with that.
Love it. Love it.
Um, so when did you realize that you were an artist or a creator? What? Was there a moment? Was there something that happened? Has your family played a role in your creative journey? Like what was your path to figuring out that you were an artist or a creator?
Oh, thank you for asking. Um, I think that there definitely was a moment. My family was not supportive of my art journey at all. They could really care less to this day. That's fine. I grew up in a family that was much more concerned on the day-to-day basis. I'm from the Congo, so we are, as I like to say, we are the most exploited people in the world. We are not the poorest people in the world. Yeah, so when you're focused on those type of material conditions, your mind does not have the luxury or perhaps the freedom to be able to think beyond just trying to secure your basic three Maslow hierarchy step ladders. So that was them that. But so I understood that I am an artist when I had my spiritual awakening when I was 16 years old. Um, and so I always knew that I was like I always danced. Like I was a dancer first. I started dancing first. I was a hip hop dancer. I went to a bunch of different schools. So a big thing that I would always do to kind of break the ice is that like I would go to whoever, whatever school is, and be like, "Who's the best dancer in your school?" And they'd be like, "This person's the best dancer." And I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna have a dance battle now." And we have remember back in the days when we had dance battles, and so we'd have a dance battle. And then like I would beat them at the dance battle. And then they'd be like, "Oh, who's this kid?" Da, 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 da. And it would be like a way for me to make new friends at whatever school I went to. So I wanted to do that for years, but my family again was not very encouraging of that. And so I fought that for years, fought that for years. And I'm just gonna bring this up because it's really important. Is I'll never forget my brother once said to me, he was like, "Oh, when I was young, I wanted to be a dancer. I'm like, oh, can I go to like an art school or something?" And he was like, "No, no, 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 no. You know, you're too young. Like, it won't work out. Like, trust me, nobody wants to just be a high."
What age were you when you were asking about going to an art school?
Oh, I was like a little kid. I was probably like, oh man, like I remember like specifically the art school I wanted to. I was in high school, so I was probably like I'm like 14 because there's like little
Mhm.
art school I just seen. I didn't even know art schools were a thing. So I just seen this little place called art school. And I was like, oh, there's like schools for art. Like that's so cool.
Yeah.
So I go to this art school. I try to ask my brother, can I go to this art school? And he's like, no, you're too young. It won't work out. And then
Mhm.
I'll never forget, as I got older, I started winning all these different competitions and stuff. And I went back to him and I was like, hey, look, I won these competitions. I'm doing all this stuff like that. Can I go to an art school? And he told me, no, you're too old. And so
Wow.
that was a really beautiful moment in my life that let me know that like, oh,
It
like this
didn't
thing,
matter.
yeah,
Like,
like this thing called
yeah.
happiness, like you have to determine that for
Mhm.
yourself. Like when you have a goal or a dream, like you can't just be like, I'm gonna put it all in your hands
Yeah.
because you're the one that's gonna live with the regret. He's fine, like he has kids, he's living his best life, he's good. I'm
Mhm.
the one like, oh man, I should have gone to art school. So I
Wow.
hope that answered the question.
Oh, that definitely does. And it's so interesting because as somebody who I was born and raised in Detroit, Motown. I was raised up in the arts, like from very extremely young. Like I took my first dance class when I was like 3 years old, and I didn't stop until I graduated high school.
Mm.
Um, I went to a performing arts high school, and I tell my daughter all the time, like, because she's going to high school next year, so and she's a dancer, and so trying to coax her towards going to an art school or something, because I'm like, listen, it's just like Victorious. Like it's just like High School Musical. Like there's no cliques, there's no
Mhm.
bullying because everybody here
Is an
is
art.
creative. You know what I mean? And to know that people just like don't have that opportunity, that really hurts me actually. Like that actually hurt my feelings to hear that. Um, because I think it's such a good experience to have at that age. Like like the age when when you're coming of age
Yeah,
and you
yeah, yeah,
need an
yeah,
outlet so
absolutely.
badly at that point in time. Like you need
Mhm.
that and you should be around other people your age who also care about those
Mhm.
things. Um So that, that's really, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like that.
I
But
hated it too.
I'm so glad that that gave you the drive to pursue your artistry. Because I feel like for me, because it was so much a part of my daily life, I ended up kind of suppressing my artistry as I got older
Mm,
because I had kids. I'm like, I gotta figure this out. I gotta do this. I gotta work a job. And then
mhm,
I just ended up
mhm.
having to come back. Like I always come back around to you have to focus on your creativity. Like it's literally not an option. It's not an option. You have to do it.
I have
Um,
to every time 'cause I have to say this because it's like you have a tweet that you posted up. This is actually how I ended up following you on Twitter for like a
mm,
minute now. You had this quote, and I literally reposted it yesterday on my story on my Instagram, where it says like, if your artistry is part of your spirituality, can you really like ignore it?
yeah.
And it's a burning quote that I always keep in my head. I was like, wow, I
Mm,
love the ethos of that. Like that's so
yeah.
important, so important.
Well, I'm glad that you found that. And I feel like I remember that
Mhm,
was like the beginning of Creative Spirit Work. Like before Creative Spirit Work had pages and websites, that
mhm,
tweet, that was like the seed of it. I remember standing at my altar and hearing that question come into my consciousness and being
mhm,
led to share it. And a lot of people responded to it. It really resonated with a lot of people. And I was like, okay, so it's not just me. I need to create something that helps us focus on this because there are so many things that can distract us from it. And
Facts.
it also will help me focus on it and not get away from it for me. Like it's for me first, but also knowing that it's something that other people are relating to,
Mhm.
um, gives it a purpose beyond me that's important. So I'm really glad to hear that and grateful for that.
Can
Um,
I just add this? I'm sorry, taking away from like your
no, go
answer. I
ahead.
do apologize, but I just thought about this, and it's like I once told my friends this, and as soon as you said this, like Spirit was like, "You gotta say this." Like, um, I once told my friend, I was like, being an artist, we're the people who need community the most because what we do is the most illogical. You live in a world
Right.
full of suffering and exploitation and all these other things, and you want to make poetry, you want to draw silly things that aren't in the real world.
Right.
So you need community so that you can understand, just even at the most basic level, that I'm not crazy. Like this
Yes.
is part of civilization building. Like I'm not crazy. So
I
I'm very grateful
absolutely
that you did
agree.
that.
I absolutely agree. It's so necessary. I have no notes. I completely agree. I really believe that it's something that we really do need. Like creating in solitude, there is a time and a place for it for sure. But I absolutely believe that we need communities of artists in order to make it. Like
Yeah.
to just
Yeah.
like you said, just to
Yeah.
not to go crazy. Like it's necessary. Um,
Mhm. Absolutely.
so as you stated, your family is Congolese, free Congo
Yeah.
till it's backwards. Okay.
Absolutely.
Um, what is your perspective of how art and spirituality work together in Congolese culture, either on the continent or in the diaspora?
Man, that's a beautiful question. It's interlinked. It's like it's inseparable. As African people, just in general, but like especially in the Congo, like art and spirituality have never been separate.
Hmm.
It's never been a separate thing for us. So it's like we can't even really understand the concept of just doing art for commercial usage.
Yeah.
E- Like our tapestry and the type of gowns we make have spiritual connotations and meanings. We have this still called the kisi, which is like I guess essentially like the it would be like the ancient version of what people see now with like what they stereotypically think voodoo songs do. Like they'll take a doll and they'll like pin it and stuff like that. That actually comes from the Congolese people. It's a thing that we do. We'll take a stone statue. So I'll give you an example. We'll take like a little statue like this, and
Mm.
then it's very scorpionic what this it is. It's very I love this energy actually. So we take a pin, and the pin is not about hurting somebody. It's actually about making a promise with an ancestor. And if you
Mm,
and if you break that promise, the nail is the consequence of breaking that promise.
wow. I
I've
love
always
that.
hmm
That's amazing because I feel like the consequence of it all, like that
hmm
being a part of that
yeah.
particular practice and
hmm
connecting it with art is like it's reminding you the seriousness
Yes.
of the not just like what you're doing, not just your ancestral practice, not just the relationship you have with your ancestor, but the fact that the artistry is incorporated in that, the fact that something has to be created in order for this ritual to take place. It
Yeah.
reminds you of the seriousness of the
Oh, that's it.
artistry.
And
Um,
then I would add one more thing is that like I think another point that I really love, I was thinking about this the other day. The two greatest contributions that Congolese people have given to humanity is that we are warriors and that we are healers. If you go to our brothers and sisters in Haiti, you will see that among the Loas, there's an entire nation means nation, and who are the Congolese people. And
mm,
they are the people of fire and water. And the reason why that is, it's always been something that's kind of stuck out to me. So I think about it symbolically if we go to an alchemical level. Fire is purification,
yeah.
right? And then water is creation at the
Mhm.
same time. So I think that that's always kind of permeated all over our culture, all the way down to our flag. Our flag is blue and it has stripes of red to this day.
Mm,
Mhm.
period. I love that. I love
Mhm.
this is definitely about to make me go on a deep dive
Oh, you'll love it. You'll love it.
because like
Love it. I
yeah,
got some books for you actually. If you ever want some tips, I got some books that you would love on like our
yes,
cosmology. But we
I need the reading list. I need that
got you.
asexually.
We knew about the Big Bang before like scientists even knew what a Big Bang was. It was a
Mm.
technology.
And I feel like so many different various people on the continent like had their own understandings of what was going on astrologically and in the universe. And then when Europeans came to the continent and were kind of trying to figure stuff out, like anytime that like you'll read something about like what the Europe how the Europeans are describing what Africans are saying, it's like it sounds so convoluted and they sound
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but it's something missing from how they're hearing it. Like it's not fully being processed.
I know
And
exactly what you
low key, they
mean.
might not have been able to process it because of the lack of melanin. Like not even just like, because you
Mhm.
had like some of those white
Mhm.
anthropologists, they went there
Mhm.
and they heard the stuff and they was like, oh, bet, and they actually knew something was up.
Mhm. Mhm.
But a lot of them, it's
Yeah, they
like
missed the point.
it went right over their heads.
You know what? In Kenya, this is a funny joke. This is where I ended on. Is in Kenya, the word for white person or is Nzinzi. And
Mhm.
the reason why they call them Zinzi is because when they first saw white people, they were always walking around like flies, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And they're like, wow, this person never rests. They don't have any leisure. And so they call them Zinzis, like flies, like always buzzing, always talking, always moving around.
Just busybody. Like
Mm-hmm.
just you
I'm
can't
saying,
chill. Like you
you know
can't
what I'm saying? No
even
chill, no leisure.
no chill, no chill. It's so funny because I saw this TikTok earlier. I'm getting off track, but I saw this TikTok earlier that was talking about, I don't know where the guy is from. I'll send you the TikTok. But he
Okay.
was basically talking about how like the 3 meal a day structure is like
Yes.
a
Oh.
European, you saw
Mm-hmm.
that it's like a
Mm-hmm.
European construct. And he was also, how I am about like time
Yep.
and stuff like that, how much I'm into that. So he was talking about that. And I'm like, I never even really connected that to food. Um, but
Mhm.
the way that he looped it back around to talking about time, I was like, yeah,
It
period. And it goes back to like what he was saying, like how it dictates labor, which is what it's really about.
Oh my God! Like Elijah Muhammad has the like how to eat to live, right? And this
Hmm.
is something
Hmm.
even I loved is, for example, I eat once a day. I only eat once a day. And I've done that ever since I had my spiritual awakening because I started realizing that like our ancestors, that's how they ate. We had a small bread. We really had 2 meals a day. So it would be breakfast. It'd be like fruits, vegetables, basic things, nuts, things like that. And then we would have a big communal emphasis on
Hmm.
communal meal. It wasn't that you eat by yourself individually. You came together. They still do it back home. Like if you go anywhere in Africa right now and you go to Nigeria and eat some jollof rice, you're gonna have a big pot of jollof and you're gonna have some
Right.
random kids from the village and some other kids. You guys will all sit down and you'll eat together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm,
It's completely different. Um,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm. We
Um,
need to do that over here. We need to bring that back. I'm gonna start finding
we
ways for it to like.
do. I feel like the most, I just had a potluck with
Oh,
my board at Hush House a couple of weeks ago. And
that's good.
we did that last year too. I feel like it's something that it really is necessary. And even like when I think about like communal eating, I'm always thinking about it because it's related to like something political that I was at, and we're eating like
Mm,
that. Like Detroit Jericho,
mm,
like the Jericho movement, like for political
mm.
prisoners. Whenever I
Oh,
go to a
man.
Detroit Jericho thing, there's always
Mhm.
food. We're always eating
Right.
together. It's just like there's something to that. You know what I'm saying? People who
Absolutely.
are taking
Absolutely.
away from like or like taking
I,
away from or like or pouring into like Black liberation movements and
right.
how related that is to what our ancestors did before we got here. It's just
Yes.
always there.
You know, I was gonna say, and this is truly the last thing that I'll let you ask you a question is, I think that like I always say this as a culture worker, is that like our enemy's culture is a dehumanizing culture.
Mhm.
And so, how you fight that is by having a humanizing culture. I don't believe that that means by like constantly trying to like humanize and compassion your enemy. Your enemy has no compassion for you. That's
Right.
not useful. Use that energy for your community and humanize your community. And having meals and things like that, that's such a wonderful expression of us humanizing ourselves and being like, oh man, Camilla needs food. Plamedi needs food. As we eat together, we do more than just eat. We exchange energies, we exchange thoughts. We all of these things we carry with us. We carry our ancestors and our people with us everywhere.
Absolutely. I could not agree more.
Mhm.
Um, okay, my next question is okay, so creative spirit work is all about integrating our creative and spiritual practices. How does that look for you, like on a regular basis? And how did it affect the creation of this album?
Oh man, how did it not? Like I've never really known how to like make non-spiritual art. Like it's I don't it's not part of my makeup. It's just I just find it very icky. Like I'm a very purposeful person. You'll notice this about me very much. Like I'm a very purposeful and intentful person. I don't like to start something if I can't finish it. I
Mm,
just I know there's a lot of creative people who are like, oh man, I start like a million projects. I you will not see me starting a project
that's me.
if
I be starting, stopping, starting, stopping. It's
See, yeah,
bad. It's bad.
I be hearing people talk about it all the time, and I'm like, I really feel for y'all. I really do. And so, back to this album and things, it's like my daily practices usually is like I spend time with my altar, my ancestors, having these conversations with them, just really listening and seeing like first and foremost, like even when I made this album, like I said, Congolese people are healers. So
Mhm.
one of the things that this planet needs the most is healing.
Yeah.
But what does that kind of look like? Does healing look like me preaching at you and going, well, this is what I've discovered and this is why
Right.
I'm doing it? It's like, no, it's like I found really well, and I think it's the reason why I love Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale, the Big Stepper so much, is that it's really difficult to do because we live in a world that's like so like dehumanizing, but
Mhm.
like the most powerful form of healing, and it still remains to be true, is allowing people to see your humanity and your vulnerability.
Mhm.
So I've kind of created this new word where I say like this new sentence where I say like I think I heard this somewhere as well. Sometimes I can't tell like what spirit is telling me or where I'm picking something up from other people. But I have this new sentence that I use where I say, I no longer want to be vulnerable. I want to be transparent.
Mhm.
So, because if you're vulnerable, then like you're vulnerable to anything. You're vulnerable. That's why do we build houses? Because we're vulnerable to the elements. So we protect ourselves from the element. You don't want to be vulnerable, but you want to be transparent. So a lot of my art is very transparent. It's very like real. I talk about my family. I talk about myself, my relationships, all of these different things. Because when you're listening to it, somewhere along the way you'll go, oh, I've gone through that. Or I know someone that's gone through that or like I felt that emotion. I've been there. And it's less about me being like, look how great I am. I know I'm great. God tells me I'm great. That's awesome. That's my job for me to know that. But what I can give to humanity is really knowing that we're all in this together. We're all in this together.
Mm. That's amazing. Um, Everybody is gonna have their own reactions to your work, right? Um, but how do you hope listeners are affected by your art? Is it, I guess you kind of answered that just now when you said like you want people to know that we're all in this together. Is there anything else spiritually, vibrationally that you want people to
Mhm.
experience through this album?
Yeah, I love that you asked me that. So yesterday I just watched Hayao Miyazaki's The Boy and the Heron. That's what they call it in English.
Love that movie. Ugh,
It's
so
so
good.
fantastic. It's so fantastic. So, the actual Japanese name of it is based on a Japanese book. It's called How Do You Live? And
Mhm.
it's a really good book because so Hayao Miyazaki is very interesting. It's all comes together. Is Hayao Miyazaki's father was he was born in like the late 1940s, and so Japanese militarism they allied with like the Nazis and everything else. So he's always carried that pride and shame at the
Yeah.
same time. He's very anti-militarism. So what I really loved about that is that it was both an autobiography, but also a love letter to his grandson.
Mm.
And so he represents obviously the old man who's built this big tower and everything that's magical about it. And then it's really beautiful that ending. I'm not going to spoil it for the people who haven't seen it, but I think that one thing I really got out of it is that and I said this yesterday when I finished watching, I was like, man, like at the end of the day, what I really want people with even all my arts of work is to come out of it and not only know that you're not alone, but to really understand that it's okay not to be me. And I know this is going to sound arrogant to some people. I have Leo placements. I know a lot of people don't have this level of confidence, but it's like, it's very hard to explain to people, but it's like, I know I'm great. I know I'm going to do great things on this planet. There's that I worry about a lot of things on this planet, but like if I'm going to be successful, but those are things I never like worry about. And so I think a big thing that when we're in this Instagram, Twitter kind of like world, is really letting people know that like it's okay not to be me. And so that's a big aspect of my work. It's just like it's okay not to be me. Like your greatness is not in how inspiring you find me. It's an I think Kanye West said it best. It's like if you're a fan of Kanye West and you're not a fan of Kanye West, you're a fan of yourself. And so if you're a fan of Plamedi, you're not really a fan of me. You're really a fan of yourself.
Mm. And so it's kind of reflective,
Hmm.
which I feel like all art, I was gonna say all good art, but like even bad art can be reflective, I think. I'm not someone who thinks all art has to be good or beautiful or life-changing to be useful, and to need a reason to exist. Of course, we appreciate high quality artistry, the dedication, especially again when we think about like the way that it is married to the spiritual aspect of it. but I think there's also something great about like the grimy, low quality, stuff
Hmm.
that it's I think it's good because it allows people to, like you said, know that they don't have to be at a certain level to connect to something. Um, which I think is really important. Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but we are running out of time. So we have about 8 minutes left. And with this 8 minutes,
Mhm.
what is something that you would like the people listening to this to know? This could be something you want them to know about you, something you want them to know about the project, something you want them to know about the world, anything you want to share.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I would like to say that I'm very grateful to have done this interview with you. I was very excited. You're one of I have this whole press tour that I'm going on and everything, and you're one of the people that I was really, really looking forward to sitting down with because again, I love your mind and how it expresses itself.
Thank you.
Um, Really, for real, I'm very, very, very grateful to know you. Um, so I think one of the big things that I would like people to know, at least within my lifetime, is that my mission statement, my company that I own is called Distant Future. The goal is to create it and have it be a cooperative, which I'm slowly and surely working on. Um, and this statement was given to me by God, and I asked God, like, what is my purpose on this planet? And God said it is to create greatness. And what does that mean? It means that one person by themselves can be amazing. Michael Jordan is amazing. Michael Jackson is amazing. All of these people, Fidel Castro is amazing. Kwame Ture is amazing. But what makes you great is the fact that other people were able to come together and help create whatever collective vision. That is greatness.
Yeah.
And so, a big thing that I would love to impart onto people, one of the things I'd like to impart onto people is never forget that, like, greatness does not come from how amazing you individually are. And
Mm,
it's not to take away from your amazingness, but it's to say that, yes, you are amazing. We're all amazing in our own beautiful, wonderful way. There's things about Gordon Ramsay's cooking style that I would love to be able to replicate, you know what I'm saying? And things like that. But Gordon Ramsay is Gordon Ramsay because of all the chefs behind the scene, the
yeah.
sommeliers, to all of these people who make Gordon Ramsay that we see on TV. So if there's anything I'd like to remind people is that you live in a world that's constantly telling you that you're not good enough. You don't have, buy this. You're not good enough, buy this. You're not this enough, buy this. So know that you're good enough and know that your greatness will always, in the end, even when you become, even if it takes you a long time to get it, your greatness will always come from the people that you're surrounded by. They will create your greatness.
I love that. And I don't think that there's a better way to end this conversation. But Mehdi,
Mm.
thank you so much. I am so grateful to you for trusting me with this interview on your
Absolutely.
press run for your debut album. This is a huge accomplishment.
Mhm.
So this is amazing, and I'm really glad and grateful to be a part of it. Um,
Aw.
and
Wait, we have to tell the people the name of the album. I don't think we even told them the name of the.
we did what is the name of the album and when is it dropping?
Okay, so the name of the album is Renaissance Man.
Hmm.
And the album will be dropping, if everything goes well, October 15th.
October 15th. Okay. And that's
Hmm.
on all streaming platforms.
Actually, no, I am circumventing the system because I'm a revolutionary. So what I'm
Okay.
going to be doing is I'm going to be selling these little cards and
Mm.
they have a USB on it. And so you can buy the card and it'll plug directly onto your phone and onto your laptop. And then it will be that way that you'll be able to buy it directly from there. And then probably like a month or two later, it will then be available on all streaming platforms. Because again, it's not about money for me. It's really about making sure people get this healing.
Mm.
So I need to obviously live. We live in capitalism. So I'll take care of the business aspect. But then afterwards, I get to have the I can afford to be able to then give it out to the world the way that we
Mm.
share art.
I love that. I love the physical aspect of that.
Mhm.
That's such a great touch. I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I'm so excited for this project and for everything that is going to lead you to everything that all the blessings that are going to come to you um, in response to you giving your art to the world because you didn't have to do this. You could have just made the music and sat on it like me. Like me, I
Hey,
got so
we
much
need
music
the
I'm just
records,
sitting on.
dude. We need the records. Don't be playing with us.
So I'm so grateful to you for doing the work, the hard work of not only making this album, but making sure that it can get to the people because it's so important. And you have such an amazing gift that people need to hear. So I really appreciate you. Grateful
Thank
for you. And where can people find you on social media before we wrap this up?
Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, this album's been like 4 years in the making. Started making it like 2019.
Mhm.
So where people can usually find me is on Instagram at Plamedi 100. Plamedi spelled Plamedi 100. That's usually how to keep up with me on my day-to-day basis. My Twitter account is being constantly suspended for my revolutionary actions. So, so my latest one is called Lazarus Never Died. It's Plamedi 432. So people can find me on Twitter on there. I do like to let people know that I am a sex worker activist as well. So I do retweet things of sex workers. So if you are of a certain sexual sensibility, I
Or a
would,
certain age.
or a certain age, that's much better actually. Thank you. Yeah, or a certain age. I
So if
don't
you're not
recommend.
18 and up, don't follow him.
Don't follow me. Don't follow me. This is for adults. And so, yeah, the best way, honestly, I would say that is my Instagram. That's the best way because my day-to-day basis and it captures my story. If people go on my Instagram, they'll see that my Instagram is very different from most people's Instagram.
Mhm.
And if you scroll down there, you'll be able to understand emotionally my life story.
Okay. With 1 minute to spare, we did this perfectly. Thank you so much, Plamedi. And we're gonna hop off here and then I'll probably hit you up on Instagram so we can finish talking.
Please, please, please. All
Thank you guys. Thank you to all my listeners. Go check Plamedi out, get tap in with their work. Also, guys, October 19th, we have a Energetics of Collective Liberation virtual gathering, free virtual gathering over on YouTube. Get signed up for that. The link will be in here as well. Okay. Peace.